If you feel that you need some help and balance, you can have that roll right next to you if you'd like. It makes it kind of nice and easy. And you don't have to worry so much about tipping over. All right, we're going to start in parallel, just nice and easy. I want you to kind of find the bottom of your feet. So make sure that you feel your heels, the balls of your feet, and that your arches are slightly lifted in the center. So you want to feel that footprint. I always think about the footprint in the sand. If you're walking kind of on the harder part of the sand where it's slightly wet, you leave your footprint, you don't really see where the arch is, it's just the outside edge of it. So that's kind of what you want to find, right? So from here, we're just going to go into a little march. So we're just going to lift one knee up, and we're going to slowly set it back down. We're going to shift our weight, lift that other knee up. So we're just working on a little balance and movement here. And let your feet fall where they would naturally want to fall on the arch. Sometimes we start a little wide. So just up and down. So we're just switching from side to side here. This is going to be our last one, and then we're going to go to the other side, and we're going to just hang out on this side. So we're just going to hold that balance. If you're in a locked knee, sometimes that's where you're going to find a lot of wobbling. So try to keep your knees soft. And from here, we're just going to extend that leg out. Roll it back to the floor. Slide it on the floor, lift it right back up. We're on the same leg. Extend it out. Lift it up. And out. So keeping that belly pulling in and reach and up. Okay. I always think of a horse pawing. My horse does. She wants attention. All right, last one. Come in, and we're just going to set that foot nice and on the ground. Shift our weight to the other side. We're going to lift that leg up. So again, find that place, find that balance, a little soft in your knee. And then we're going to start with that extension. Down, slide it in, up, out, down, slide in, up, out. Wobbling around a bit. Right side. Always back. Last one. And up. Although I feel like it's been getting better since we've been working on that so much. All right, we're going to go into our external position. And I'm going to take my right leg, I'm going to kind of set it right in front of my other side. Right? And then from here, we're just going to slide that foot up to the knee. And then we're going to point it out in front to the floor. Pull it in, slide it up to the knee, point it out to the floor. Pull the belly in. So we want to keep that belly nice and strong. Try not to get into the shoulders, so try to keep those shoulders nice and relaxed. And out to the floor. 3, and 2, and 1. Hold here. So now we're going to extend that leg out. We're going to pull it back in, slide it up, extend it out, pull it back in. Ooh, find your balance. Slide it up, extend it out, pull it back in, and extend, and in. Last one, up, out, and in. We're going to step forward with that other foot. Just kind of step it forward, so now that other foot is in front, and then we're just going to start with that slide up, point out to the floor. Slide up, point out to the floor. Keeping that belly tight. Remember, your standing leg is slightly soft, so try not to lock it out. Try not to hang into that hip. Up, 2. And we're holding on this last one. So here, find your balance. Extend the leg out, slide it in, and up, out, slide it in, out. Last one. I have to do one more. I have to make sure that I'm in my balanced position here and rest. All right, good. So from here, so you could have used your roll on that. That was perfectly fine. So just take a nice couple of breaths. Yeah, everyone feeling okay? Legs a little warmed up. And so we're going to go right to the end of our mat. We're going to start doing some roll downs. So from here, keep your feet nice and flat. We're just going to start with that nice little stretch on the roll down. So think of chin just kind of coming into the chest. for that stretch. Pull the belly in and just start to roll down. We're not going all the way to the floor. So we're just starting with this kind of stretch. So we're just going to reach down, kind of feel your arms loose, feet flat. And then we're going to pull that belly. We're going to start with our belly button. We're going to pull it up. And we're going to round our spine all the way back up. We're going to roll those shoulders down. And we're just going to do that a couple of times. So chin to chest, start to roll in. Maybe go a little bit further this time. Again, loosen those shoulders up. Pull that belly into the spine and roll it up. Shoulders back and down. And again. So down. So this time we're going to try to reach as far as you can towards that floor. You can touch, touch. Scoop up that belly, round it right back up. Shoulders come up to the ears, pull them back down. We're going to do that again. And roll it down. And try to get to the floor. And roll up. And on this one, we're going to keep the hands to the floor as we kind of crouch here. So first, we're going to roll it down. Bringing those hands to the floor. You're going to keep the hands on the floor as you bend the knees. Once you're in that bent knee position, you're just going to straighten your spine. Pull those shoulders down. And then from here, keeping your hands on the floor, send your pelvis to the ceiling again. And bend those knees. Straighten out that spine and stand it up. 2 more. Down. And all the way up. And down. And up. And we're going to come down. And we're going to come onto our knees. And we're going to walk our hands out. So from here, we're going to go into a nice plank position. So starting with our plank, we're going to extend one leg behind you, right? Find that place where you have your shoulders away, extend that other leg behind, and then into a nice plank position. So from here, try not to lock out those elbows and your shoulders, but instead just that little soft, and then press that chest up from the floor, pull those shoulders down, and just breathe. Every time you exhale, think of pulling that belly up and in towards the spine. And last breath. And we're going to just send our hips to the ceiling. You can walk your hands back a little more and when you get that nice quick stretch. Send the heels back towards the floor. Really feel that stretch through the back of the legs. And then we're going to come right back into our plank. So find that comfortable plank for you. I'm going to take my right leg. I'm going to lift it behind me. I'm going to hold it there. Again, just breathing, making sure my belly is lifting, shoulders are down. One more breath. We're going to set that foot down, switch to that other side. Nice deep breaths. One more breath. Set that foot down, go right back into your plank. Once you're there, find that comfortable place for you. And we're just going to go into a little prance. We're going to bend one knee and then lift all the way under those toes and the other. So just up and down. Really reach through that heel towards that floor. And come up, take a nice stretch again, up in that pike position, send them both those heels to the floor behind you. And then come back out to your plank. And hold here. So from here, all we're going to do is we're going to come up onto our toes, reaching our body forward And then you're going to reach your heels behind you, sending your body kind of back, but staying in your plank position. So it's point your toes, reach the heels behind you. Back and forth. Feel that nice little stretch through the calf as you reach your heels back. Let's do 3, 2, 1. And last pike here as we come up. Stretch through that nice little pike position. And then we're going to come back into our plank, and we're going to incorporate a little arm work. You can do this from the knees if you need to. We're just going to set our right elbow down to the mat, and then our left. And then we're going to lift that left elbow up and press back up to straight. Now we're going to start on the left. So left elbow down, right elbow up, left. Okay, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, one more round, and right, left, left, right, last one, left, right, right, I almost got that wrong, and left. All right, knees on that floor. Open those knees out, send your hips back. Nice stretch. I know. That was a good cardio. Yes, always. We are going to finish this off with coming back into our plank. And we are going to take our plank to our forearms. All right. I'm going to come onto my left forearm as I twist and come up with my right arm. So I'm in my side plank. I'm going to dip my hips to the floor, and I'm going to lift them back up, reaching my hand up overhead. Lifting my arm up, dipping the hips down, and reach the hips, reach the arm, and down, and up. 2 more. Last one. And we're going to turn, bringing ourselves back to our forearms. I'm going to go to my right, turn onto my right. Left arm comes to the ceiling. I dip my hips, and I reach my arm up overhead. And dip, and reach. Dip. 2 more. Last one. Come back onto your forearm plank. Set those knees down and go right into your child pose stretch. Whew. Everybody warm? Yes. My goodness. Put a little arm work in there. All right. We are going to lay on our back. That's always good. So just slowly bring yourself down to the mat. We're going to bend those knees. Keep our feet nice and flat, arms relaxed by your side. You can even put those palms up if you need to. Take a couple of nice deep breaths. Get everything back to where we're not like panting. Nice way to start our Monday mornings. Okay, so from here, we're going to start with just our little scoops. We're going to pull our belly button in towards the spine, feel that low back press into the mat. That's all we're doing. And then we're releasing back to our neutral. Okay? So we feel the weight at the back of the pelvis. We scoop the belly in, draw that weight and that pressure into the low back on the mat. And then as we release it, the pelvis kind of rolls forward and we feel that weight come back to the back of the pelvis. Exhale, scoop, taking that pelvis back and forward, coming back to your neutral. One more. And tip it back, keeping the shoulders and the chest nice and relaxed. And relax. So now what we're going to do is just roll it up into our bridge. So we're going to find that imprint of our spine. And then we're going to continue as we lift the pelvis off the floor, coming up into our bridge position. We're going to hold here, take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, soften from the shoulders. Release the spine all the way back down. Roll that pelvis forward, feel that weight come into the back of the pelvis. Let's do that again. And scoop the belly. Roll up into your bridge. Hold at the top, deep breath in. Exhale, curl down. All the way. I'm just going to do that 2 more times. And up. Nice and slow. Pause at that top. Nice inhale. Exhale, curl down. Think about that articulation of the spine. And again, and roll it up. And roll it down. And just let those legs open out. Kind of stretch those inner legs a little bit. And then we're going to bring those knees back up. We're going to slide those legs a little closer together, and we're also going to slide them in towards our glutes a little bit closer. And from here, we're going to roll back up into our bridge, and we'll stay there. So we're going to curl back up, coming into the bridge, hold here. So we're just going to start with that little march. Keep that pelvis up and level, and if you need to, you can place your hands on your pelvis to help. And we're going to lift one leg up into a little tabletop position. Set that leg right back down and pick that other leg up. And down. Keep pressing that pelvis up to the ceiling so don't let it dip. Nice little up and down. We have one more on each side, or whatever you need to do to make yourself even. We're going to come down. We're going to hold, though, the bridge, but both feet are on the mat. So from here, we're just going to dip down our pelvis just a little bit, and then we're going to lift it right back up, squeezing the glutes as we lift it back up. So we're dipping it down, but we're not touching the mat. Dip down, press, and squeeze those glutes to the top, and lower, and up, and lower. Try to keep the knees fairly close together here. Don't let them open out. 3, 2, last 1. Lower all the way down to the floor. Go ahead and send those legs out. Just give them a little shake. Just relax them. All right, we're going to bend those legs back in. We're going to kind of incorporate that single leg and that lower lift together. Okay, so we're going to start by coming up to our bridge. We're going to take that right leg, lift it up to tabletop, and then extend it to the ceiling. Hold here. You're going to lower the pelvis down, not quite to the floor, and then squeeze those glutes to pick it back up. And down, and up, down, and up. 2 more. 2, 1. Bend that leg, bring it to the floor, pick up that other leg, extend it to the ceiling, and lower the body, and lift. Lower, and lift. And squeeze that glute, press to that heel, and 2, 1. Lower that leg, curl down, and relax. Open those legs out, nice wide stance. Turn to external, so we're in our big, wide open V position. And from here, we're going to lift our toes off the floor. So we're going to come to our heels. We're going to keep our spine straight, no rolling up or down, just a lift. So from here, I'd like you, if you can, to come 2 fingertips only on the floor. So the rest of the arm is lifted away from the floor. Just have 2 fingers. We're going to lift the pelvis straight up. So we lift it up. We kind of feel those glutes connect. We lead with the butt on the way down. So lower the butt, tap the mat, lift it right back up. Keeping those toes lifted up and down with the pelvis up. Really feel the glutes having to squeeze on that up. Lift. And lift. 2, 1. Lift, hold. Squeeze the glutes a little bit more. Lift that pelvis a little higher. Keep that glute connection and go ahead and bring just the knees together as you pivot on those heels. And then take those knees apart and together and apart. Together, keep that pelvis up. Keep those glutes squeezing. Together and apart. 2 fingers on that floor only. 3, 2, 1. Open those knees. Hold. Press open. Little presses open. 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 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. And stretch those legs out. You'll stretch those hamstrings really quickly. All right. So shake those legs out. Bend those knees back. Take and curl up, reaching behind your right leg. Grab a hold. And you're just going to, wherever is comfortable, you're just going to stretch that leg in as you lift your upper body towards it, kind of getting that stretch to the back of the right leg. Find that nice, easy stretch where it feels good. And then flex your ankle, increasing that stretch. One more breath. And then go ahead and lower your head, lower that leg. Take a breath. Go ahead and pick up that other leg. Grab behind. Curl up with your upper body. Extend that leg to the ceiling. And then wherever you need to grab that leg to pull in, find that stretch. Again, easy stretch to start. Then flex the ankle. Then hold that stretch. And then you can make it deeper if you want by pulling it in. Couple more breaths. And go ahead and bring that leg down and relax. So if you've got your rolls handy, let's grab those. We're going to stay actually kind of right here. And we're going to place that roll right underneath our legs. And then we're going to pick up our pelvis and roll it underneath the pelvis. And you know what? I'm going to have to move down. Make sure you have room behind you guys, because we're going to be doing some short spine type stuff. So just make sure you have a little room behind you. So now roll that pelvis up underneath. And we're going to lift those legs to tabletop. And we're just going to grab onto those legs and hug them into the chest. So this is just a nice little stretch. And then our hands are going to come. I like to put them either on the roll. I like mine on the side of the roll so I can hang on to it and I don't feel like it's going to shoot out from underneath me. So from here, I'm just going to go ahead and take my legs to the side. And as I exhale, I'm going to lower the legs down just about halfway until I feel that nice connection to the belly. And then I'm going to lift them back up, feeling that nice little stretch coming to the back of the leg. So as my legs are up, my pelvis is kind of reaching away, right? Over the roll. Lower down. And lift up. And lower down. And lift up. So I want you to think about your legs starting at your ribs. And as you lower those legs down, you should feel the ribs kind of dropping down, almost like they're closing, cinching together. So think of the legs starting at the ribs. Exhale. I feel that corset getting tighter around my rib cage. Now I'm going to lift those legs up. I'm going to open them. I'm going to keep them open as I lower down. When I get as far as I can, I'm going to bring the legs together and lift them right back up. Open. Together, lift, open, together, lift, open, And now we come up, let's just reverse that movement. Straight down, when we get to the bottom, open, lift on the open position. Together, down, open, lift, together, down, open, lift, together, and let's hug those knees into chest. All right, from here, we're going to go into our short spine. So when you're on the roll, this makes it much easier. Do what you can. You're not comfortable with short spine, just stick with kind of legs in and stretch, all right? So we're going to send the legs up to the ceiling. We're going to place our hands on top of the roll. And as the legs come behind you, you're going to scoop up your belly. You're going to lift your pelvis off that roll as you send the legs behind you. So my hands, my wrists are on top of the roll. I'm going to lift my legs to the ceiling. And then I'm going to slowly start to curl down, as slow as I can, setting my pelvis gently on the roll. I'm going to send my legs down until I feel my abdominals, and then I'm going to bend them right back in. Okay, that's the movement. Let's try that again. And it's up with the legs. Take the legs behind you, scoop up the belly. Keep reaching the legs behind. Send the legs to the ceiling. Wrists are on the roll. Curl down, nice and slow. Setting that pelvis gently. Take the legs down and away. Feel those abdominals connect. Bend those knees in. And up to the ceiling. Behind. Scoop. Lift. And roll down. And lower down. All right. Now we're going to do it with kind of that open closed position that we had practiced. So legs come to the ceiling. We're going to start by opening our legs. Then we're going to curl back, lift those legs behind you, keeping that open position. Lift those legs to the ceiling and curl down. Keeping the legs open. Bring the legs together as you reach the legs down and bend those knees in. Let's try that again. Legs up, open out, reach behind, lift up, curl down. Together with the legs as you lower, bend the knees in. One more like that. And up. Open, reach back, up, curl down, legs together, and down, and in. We are going to reverse that. So we're going to lift those legs up. We're going to go ahead and reach back, lift up, curl down. Once you get your pelvis to the floor or to the mat, to the roll, go ahead and open the legs, reach them down, together and in, and up, and back, and up, and down. Legs open, reach down with those legs. One more. And up, behind, legs up, and down. Open, reach, and bend those knees in. Hug those knees to chest. And stretch. All right, we are going to come up on the other side of our roll. And we're going to push that roll behind you. And we're just going to get a stretch. I'm actually going to go in this position so you guys online can see kind of what I'm doing here. So all I'm going to do from here is I'm going to just get my shoulders to stretch a little bit. So I'm just going to press my hands on top of the roll, and I'm going to reach the roll and just do what you can. I'm going to reach that roll behind, rolling it on my arms. And I'm getting that stretch in the front of my shoulders. And then I'm going to pull my chin to my chest. And I'm going to roll up, kind of diving forward. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. And press that roll behind you. Get that nice stretch. And chin to chest, roll it up, dive down, and up. One more. And reach it back. Nice stretch. So for me, I can actually get my hands onto the floor behind me, so it's fine to have those hands back there. Pull the shoulders down. And roll forward. Good. All right. My hands are going to come on top of the roll. And this one I better keep to the side. So my hands are going to come on top of the roll. My knees are going to be bent. So the first thing I'm going to do is I don't want to start out with my shoulders into my ears, right? I want to start out by kind of lifting my body out of my shoulders. And then from this position, I'm going to push to my arms as I come up. Right? I'm going to keep my shoulders out of the ears as I bend, setting my pelvis back down to the floor and push right back up. So doing these kind of like little reverse push-ups and down, nice and slow, and up, keeping the shoulders out of the ears. That's the key. And down, and up, and down, and up. By the way, we're doing arms today. And we have more to go. And up. And two more. Those shoulders out of the ears. And last one. And down. Reach those legs out. Let's stretch those arms again. Same way we just did before. So we're going to reach those arms back. That nice stretch to the shoulders. Pull those shoulders down. And dive forward. Good, nice stretch. So we're going to line that roll up with our kind of mid back, which is like bra strap area. So legs are just going to stay long. And we're going to place our hands behind our head. This is harder than it would seem. So we're going to do roll-ups, right? But keeping the hands behind the head can be a little difficult. You know, I'll tell you what. Let's start without the hands first. So you guys know you can always do it this way. So my eyes are looking at my feet. My chin is tucked. This one will seem easier than our regular roll up. We're going to pull the belly in. We're going to curl up, reaching towards those feet. And hopefully your roll won't roll away. Right? We're going to sit up nice and tall. And then we're going to just scoop our belly. And we're going to curl down. We're going to find that roll. Arms tucked. And then again, curl up. The more gentle you come off the roll, hopefully it will stay in place. Okay, so that's easier than doing our regular roll. So we're going to find that roll at that mid back again. And we're going to take our hands behind the head. This gets a little bit more challenging. So from here, chin to chest, curl up. Dive down, lift up, keeping those hands behind the head, scoop that belly, curl down, nice and slow. So you're trying to set yourself down on that roll as gentle as you can. If you want to get a little upper back stretch, you let that upper back kind of reach over the roll. Then you pull that chin into the chest and curl up. And dive down, lift up. Right. I'll give you one more cue here to make it a little more challenging for those of you who want to make it more challenging. Curl down. Nice and slow. If you want to make it more challenging, take the roll a little higher in your shoulder blades and go from there. Exhale. Oh, that's a lot harder. And come up. Let's try that again. And down. I almost had to give myself like a little booster. All right. And upper back, little stretch, chin to chest, pull my legs together, exhale. And up. One more. Curl back. Nice and slow, little set down. Little upper back stretch. Chin to chest and curl up. Yeah, once I get going on that one, then I can usually do it better. But boy, the first one is always just a little hard. Like, give yourself a little booster, a little booster on that. All right, you guys, we are going to continue with our arm work. We're going to do it with our weights. So we're going to actually put the roll away. Grab your weights, and then we are going to come to a standing position. So let's come up. And we're just going to keep those weights in our hands. All right. So we're going to do little steps forward. We're going to start. And again, anyone's shoulders or neck are bothering you on this first part of it, just keep your arms down. You don't have to do a lift. Okay. So I'm going to start with my elbows bent, weights right at my shoulders. I'm going to step forward with my right leg, and I'm going to send those weights to the ceiling, bending both my legs. The back foot kind of comes up off my heel, and then I'm just going to bring it right back. I'm going to stay on that leg, right leg, and back, and forward, and back. Do 3, 2, 1. Arms down. Same thing, but arms are going to go out. Same leg. And in. A little balance here. All right. 3, 2, 1. We're going to do one more step forward, but we're going to hold. We're going to take those arms behind your back. We're going to hinge forward slightly. So I've got a lot of weight on my front leg. Both my legs are bent and my back foot is up off the heel. I'm going to take my left arm, which is the opposite of my front leg, and I'm going to bring that weight to the floor, or let the arm hang. And then we're just going to go ahead and lift that arm behind you. Lower it back down nice and slow, and up, and down. Keeping that belly kind of lifted from the floor, keeping that back heel lifted. Let's do 3, 2, 1. We're going to hold that arm back there. So I've got my arm lengthened behind me. I'm reaching my fingertips behind, and I'm just going to use the back of my arms to pulse it up, 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 up. Keep that arm as close to the body as you can. Try not to let it flare open. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up as high as you can. Bend the elbow. Extend that arm back. Keep that elbow lifted as high as you can. Keep that shoulder out here and back. Let's do 5. Really squeeze that tricep on that lift. 3. Last one. Hold it back there. Open the arm out to the side. Bring it back. Try to reach it to the center of your back and open. And keep lifting that arm from the shoulder. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the arm all the way to the bar. And then just finish it out. Yeah. Those are tough. All right, step back. Remember, we're going to the left leg. We step forward and reach up. Step back and up. Step back. And 3, 2, 1. Back in, arms down, same thing, arms open out. And in. I don't think we did arms hardly at all last week, so we're getting it all in this week. And 3, 2, 1. We're going to step forward. We're going to hold. Hands come behind the back. Hinge forward. So I've got my weight in my left leg in front. My back right heel is lifted. My right arm comes to the floor. So from here, we just send that arm back. And down. And back. And back. And 3, 2, 1. Take it back, hold, reach that arm as far back as you can, lift it up as high as you can, and then pulse from there up. Really have it come from the back of that arm. Keep that shoulder reaching from the ear. Pulse, keep your belly up and lifted. Little pulses, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up there as high as you can, bend the elbow. Extend, squeeze that tricep, bend. That little squeeze of the tricep back there is what really is going to work that area of the arm. Keep your belly lifted and up. Lift that elbow high. 4, 3, 2, hold it back there. Hold, open the arm out to the side. Squeeze it into the body and open and squeeze it in. Anyone getting tired? Because yes, I am. And squeeze it in. 4 more. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Let it come down. Shake that arm out. Step it back. Oh my goodness. Okay. We're done with arms. We are going to put the weights away, but we're going to come back down to the floor. But let's do it this way. Let's step to the edge of our mat. Let's go ahead and just put the weights down. And then from here, let's lift those arms up for breath. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do that again. And inhale. And exhale. And as we inhale, leave those arms to the ceiling, dive forward. Curl all the way down. You can bend those knees if you like. Coming all the way to the floor. We're going to go ahead and just bring ourselves to a seated position. Legs out in front. And from here, we're going to just do our regular curl downs, no roll, just regular curl. So make sure you have room. Arms are going to come out in front. We're going to start with a little stretch forward. I'm going to pull my belly back, but I'm going to reach my arms forward at the same time. And I'm going to get that little stretch of my low back. And then I'm going to keep my curl as I lead with it to curl down all the way to the floor. Arms are going to come up. I'm going to open them as I circle them around. I'm going to bring my chin to my chest and curl back up. I'm going to reach for the toes. And I'm going to really keep my belly pulling back. And I'm going to lead with that low belly. All the way down. Arms up. Open and circle. Chin to chest. Reach. Scoop. Keep your scoop. And stay on the floor. Just move myself down a little bit. Bend those knees. Arms are going to come all the way behind that head again. Move my weights out of the way. All right, so from here, just keep your pelvis down and your legs down. We're just going to work that upper body a little bit right now. So from here, all you're going to do is keep your head supported. You're going to tip that chin in towards that chest. And as we lift the chest, you're going to look right in between those legs. Maybe down at your belly. Inhale, curl down. And exhale, lift. Inhale down. And up. And up. Let's do 3, 2, 1. Hold your lift. All right, support your head, hold your lift. Take your legs to tabletop. From here, keep your curl, extending both legs out. Exhale. Inhale back in, nice and slow. Try to keep that belly nice and flat. All right, we're going right back in to what we practiced before. We're going to open the legs, keep them open as you extend those legs out. Close them together, bring them back in. Open, extend, close, and 2 more. Open, extend, close, and in. Last one. Open, reach out, close, and in. We're reversing that. So send them straight out. Open, bend them in, together, out. Open, bend, together. 2 more. Open. Last one. And together, curl all the way down. Send those legs all the way out. Nice little stretch to the belly. Nice deep breath in, arms come to the ceiling. We are going to do one last curl up. So we're going to open those arms out. We're going to bring that chin to chest and curl up again. And once you curl up, you're going to go ahead and bend your right leg kind of underneath you. Take that left leg on the other side and hug that left knee into chest. Once you're here and once you're hugging that knee into chest, think about that left hip and just let it sink to the mat. Just let it stretch. So I'm holding my left leg with my left arm. I'm going to take my right arm behind me. I'm just going to twist in that direction. And I'm going to come back, give that leg one last hug, send my left hip down to that mat, really feel that stretch kind of in that butt hip area. And we're just going to do that on the other side. So bending that left leg in, right leg comes on top and crosses. I'm going to hug that right leg into chest. And then once I get it there, I'm going to start to sink my right hip down to the mat until I can start to feel that stretch. Both my sit bones on that mat. Just hold here into the stretch for a moment. I did turn on the air, but it sure doesn't seem like it, does it? I'm going to hug my right leg in with my right arm. I'm going to take my left arm behind me. Give myself that nice little twist. And then I'm going to come back. I'm going to hug that knee again. Send that right hip down to that mat. Really feel that stretch. Let it release. I'm going to uncross. I'm just going to bring the soles of my feet together. I'm going to pull. I'm going to have my hands on my ankles. Pull those heels in just as far as I feel I can so I can get that nice inner leg stretch. I'm also going to pull my shoulders down as I grow nice and tall. One more breath. And then I'm just going to send those legs out. And you guys shall be done. Thank you. Nice to see everyone bright and early Monday morning.